Hi guys, what's up? This is Shukesh. Let's compare the cameras of these two devices in my hand. On my left I have OPPO F7 with 16 megapixel shooter at the back. The maximum aperture is f1.8, which is actually quite good, and it also supports face detection autofocus and an LED flash. The maximum resolution for video recording is 1080p at 30 fps. Now OPPO F7 will cost you 22,000 rupees, though the 6GB RAM variant is coming with 27,000 rupees price tag. Now the OnePlus 5T on my right hand features two rear cameras, both boast of f1.7 apertures, and the main camera shoots at 16 megapixel whereas the secondary camera shoots at 20 megapixel. There is face detection autofocus and dual LED flash, and the price of OnePlus 5T 6GB RAM is 33,000 rupees. The standout feature of OPPO F7 is the front camera, which can shoot at 25 megapixels, which is really crazy, and the maximum aperture is f2.0. The video resolution is 1080p at 30 fps. On the other hand, OnePlus 5T also captures really big images with the front camera 16 megapixels with f2.0 aperture and Full HD video recording at 30 fps with the front camera, and the rear camera can shoot 4K videos at 30 fps and 1080p at 60 fps. Now on the user interface, there is actually very few options on the OnePlus device. With the help of the dual camera lenses at the back, you can shoot images or portraits with shallow depth of field just like DSLR cameras, and if you swipe up you get few more options like slow-mo, time-lapse, and most importantly Pro mode, where you can manually control parameters. On the other hand, OPPO F7 feature stickers, which is the most trending feature of this time, and there is also expert mode, that is the professional mode with full manual control, and you can also capture images with different effects and background blur or bokeh. Now let's have a quick look at some samples captured by these two phones. I will start with the front camera since it's the standout feature of OPPO F7. The samples on the left are from OPPO with the so-called AI Beauty Selfie mode on, which makes the skin really smooth without any spot and also makes the eyes slightly bigger than usual. There is also a beauty mode on OnePlus 5T, and I have set that to medium scale. You can see the difference yourself. OPPO overprocessed the images, making the skin super smooth and fair as well. Looks photoshopped and really cool, but some people might not like this overprocessing, especially boys. Though OPPO claims that their camera can distinguish in between boys and girls, and it can actually enhance the contrast between sexes, where the men look masculine and the ladies exude greater femininity. No need to say, OnePlus 5T also captures really amazing selfies with more natural skin tone and texture, but ladies will definitely prefer OPPO F7 for its amazing AI beauty and Sensor HDR tech. F7 can optimize face by tapping on 296 positioning spots, and there is also vivid mode, which enhances color saturation of outfits and backdrops. It can remember selfie editing preferences over time as well. It's called AI learning, and in addition to all of these, OPPO F7 can identify and enhance 16 different scenes. Now these pictures have been captured without the AI mode on OPPO F7 and beauty mode on OnePlus 5T. You can see that the texture is back on both images, and it's clearly visible that OPPO F7 captures more crisp, more detailed images. The color saturation is much better than OnePlus 5T, and the hair and skin texture is much sharper, much crisp on OPPO F7 sample. So definitely on the front camera, OPPO F7 captures better images than OnePlus 5T. You can see the sample yourself, so you can pause here and compare. Now in OPPO F7 there is an option to blur the background of images even in the selfie mode, so I have captured some samples for you. You can pause anytime and check. Now honestly, the bokeh effect is actually much better than I thought. The bokeh effect is really nice and smooth without sacrificing the quality of the portrait. Now let's compare the rear camera samples. On my left you have OPPO F7 samples and on my right OnePlus 5T samples. Definitely both cameras capture really amazing quality images. In good lighting condition there is barely any difference in picture quality, but in some cases OnePlus 5T captures slightly better quality photos with more details, more sharpness and more natural color. But once again OPPO F7's camera is really capable and I will rate it 8 out of 10. OnePlus 5T's camera is like 8.5 out of 10. This rating is for daylight condition because in low light the scenario changes, which I will talk about later. As you can see, the details of the images are superb, flagship level. The bokeh is also not bad. OnePlus captures slightly brighter images. I think dynamic range is visibly better on OnePlus, but OPPO F7 samples have better contrast level, I think. Let me zoom into the images so that you can get a better idea. Definitely in this picture we can clearly see that OPPO F7 captured more detailed image with higher contrast level, so this time I would really prefer the picture captured by OPPO F7. Now here are some indoor samples, and with the help of the dual lenses on OnePlus 5T, I think OnePlus phone captures better images in low light with better shadows or HDR. You can see that the flower in the shadow is barely visible in the sample of OPPO F7, whereas OnePlus 5T captured the details without much noise. So I think in indoor conditions OnePlus excels. The aperture is slightly bigger on OnePlus 5T, which helps, and in extreme low light the second camera comes into action. It combines 4 pixels into one so that it can capture more light. So for indoor shots I will rate OPPO F7 7.5 out of 10 and OnePlus 5T 8.5 out of 10. Now this is a video sample captured by OPPO F7, which is on the left, and OnePlus 5T, which is on my right. Well, OnePlus 5T is capturing the video at 4K resolution and OPPO F7 at 1080p. Definitely OnePlus 5T captures more crisp and detailed video, though the video angle is actually quite narrow on OnePlus 5T in 4K mode, but if you switch to 1080p at 60 fps then the video angle is more or less same on both cameras. Now though OPPO is capturing at 1080p, the details are awesome. Because of the high contrast level, everything is looking really sharp and also more saturated than OnePlus 5T, but OnePlus captures more natural color, I think. In smaller displays like in your smartphone's display, you will not see any difference in video quality unless you play the videos in a 4K TV. There is no optical zoom on either cameras, but you can digitally zoom at 2x with the on-screen option. Overall, I am really impressed with the camera of OPPO F7. It's truly a camera-centric phone, and for the price of 22,000 rupees, this OPPO F7 is actually a good phone to buy. But in the processing power, of course, OnePlus 5T is unbeatable. It's in the flagship category. Other than that, in the camera department, in looks and in the display factor, this new OPPO handset is definitely a good choice. You can save money and also get a better selfie camera. But of course, overall OnePlus 5T is an amazing smartphone, having the specs of a flagship with half the price tag. That's all in this video guys. Thanks a lot for watching. I hope that it was helpful. Do consider subscribing to this channel. This is Shukesh signing off. Have a nice day guys.